The episode starts with the Doctor doing a voiceover for the public, telling them how the monks have watched over humanity since they first crept out of the swamps, protecting and guiding us. We see statues of monks all over the world. Meanwhile, in a dystopian world, Bill is chatting to an image of her dead mother in her apartment, trying to keep her memories in focus as the monks are using some form of broadcast to memory control the human race and change its history. Nardole arrives to tell her that he has finally found the Doctor on an old prison ship in the North Sea, and disguised as sailors they infiltrate the Hulk. Bill finds the Doctor alone in his room and greets him, only for the Doctor to call in armed guards. She asks him if he really has joined the monks, and he says yes, he has. The monks can bring peace and order to humanity. Scared that no one will be able to defeat the monks if the Doctor is on their side, Bill grabs a pistol from one of the guards and shoots the Doctor, who seems to starts to regenerate, only to suddenly stop and start laughing, as do all the guards and Nardole. It was a test with blank ammunition to see if Bill was free of the monks' domination. After questioning Missy back at the vault, they find out the monks can actually be beaten, but only by killing the person who gave them consent to rule, Bill. Or, in Bill's case, keeping her alive to try and block the monks' transmissions, even if this will leave her a living husk. The Doctor decides to attack the monks' pyramid, now in London, as it must be where they beam out their mind control waves emanating from. As they enter the pyramid, they are attacked, but manage to find the control room occupied by a single monk in a control chair wearing some form of headband that seems to control the transmissions being beamed out. The Doctor tries to overpower the device using his own mind, but is defeated and knocked out. When he comes to, he finds he is tied up and that Bill is going to try, as she is the linchpin holding the monks' power on Earth together. Using an image of her mum, Bill manages to destroy the monks' control on humanity, and finally beaten, they flee the Earth. Back in the vault, we see the Doctor and Missy sitting together as Missy starts to cry, saying she can remember every one of the people she has killed and that it hurts. The Doctor replies that this is a good thing. Okay, let's get something straight from the get-go. I haven't exactly been too excited about this three-part arc that they've done with these three episodes, the last three episodes. The first one was actually the best of the three. It was stronger, it had a great build-up, it brought in the villains of the piece, the monks, and it was tighter, and I thought it was a much better episode. The middle one, last week, The Pyramid at World's End, was just terrible. It really did nothing at all. It was badly written, badly plotted. So I was hoping for a great end at least to finish off this three-episode arc. Unfortunately, this episode is no better than the middle one. If anything, it's actually worse. It's weak. There's no depth to it. It just doesn't add anything. The episode starts off with a lot of very strong tones of the David Tennant episode, The Last of the Time Lords, where the Master is in control of the world using that Bluetooth gadget in people's ears that everyone's got, and is using like a transmitter to beam out his control over the world. The Doctor's this little shrunken guy in a cage, and Bill's out there on her own trying to form a resistance group. Remember that? I mean, this episode starts off with the same feel, the same vibe to it. It's grey, it's dark. There's squads of police all over the place arresting people for no real apparent reason. It's dystopian future look to it. It really just has that same feel, and as the episode goes on, it doesn't really add much. The scene where Bill meets the Doctor on the barge and he's saying, yeah, I'm working for the monks now, it's all good, they're great, it's the best that we can hope for in this situation. And what are you complaining about, Bill? Because you're the one who let them take control in the first place. I told you not to, but you decided to do what you wanted to do. And, that was pretty much what I was thinking when I saw her do it. It's like, bloody, why doesn't she listen to the Doctor and just do what the Doctor does? She doesn't know what the hell she's doing. So he was obviously thinking the same thing. I wonder if there was a little bit of truth in what the Doctor said there to her because of his frustration in her basically opening the door for the monks to come in, and now she's here in front of him complaining. But that whole scene where she's sort of like questioning him and he's saying, yeah, he's working for the monks, and she starts to cry, but it's probably the most emotion we've seen from that character. But Pearl Mackie doesn't really sell it. she just looks like she's gurning her way through it, putting weird faces, and I just don't buy it. It just looks silly to me. And then when she pulls the gun and shoots the doctor, now that admittedly, you know, I knew it was coming because we saw it in the trailer last week for this episode, so we knew she was going to shoot the doctor. So I saw it coming, but just the way she did it, she just pulled the gun, aimed and fired, and there was no real hesitation to it. So that was impressive. That one small bit, I thought, oh, okay, yeah, cool. So that gives me a small glimmer that they might be trying to do something with this character, because up to now, I really don't think they've done anything at all with her. She's been very shallow. There's no depth to her. There's nothing that makes me want to know any more about her. If anything, I just wanted to leave at the end of this year and bring in someone who's more interesting. But that small thing where she just pulls the gun and shoots the doctor, that took guts. But once again, you could turn that around and just say, well, she's a reactionary young girl. She just does whatever her emotions tells her to do, and she doesn't think things through, as she did with the monks, allowing them to take control of the earth. So yeah, that whole scene was weird, but then when the doctor suddenly starts to regenerate, why would he waste energy fooling Bill into thinking he's regenerating? She's never seen him regenerate. She doesn't know what it looks like. So he could have just as easily got up off the floor and gone, I fooled you. But he goes through this whole regeneration bit. Now, from what I understand, whenever regeneration power is used, it drains what the doctor has inside him. So he can't be used later on to heal himself. So why would he waste it? It was blank ammunition. They weren't real wounds. He wasn't hurt at all. And Bill doesn't know what regeneration looks like, so why go through all that theatrics? It was a waste of time, a waste of energy. And everyone starts laughing, and the doctor starts mucking around and, you know, saying, oh, it was all a test, don't worry about it. Oh, you had real ammunition in your gun? Oh, what would have happened if you'd have fired? That would have screwed up the plan, wouldn't it? I was like, really? In this sort of situation, as dark and dire as this situation is how they're going to instill a bit of light-hearted fun? I was like, that was just totally out of kilter with the whole rest of the episode, which was dark, dire, serious, you know, save the earth sort of storyline, and then they inject this weird, stupid, way out, almost slapstick scene into this episode. So that was just stupid. So they get to London and they get to the pyramid, and the doctor figures out really that there's only actually 12 monks on the entire planet. How he figures that out just from looking at an empty street, I'm not entirely sure. And Nardole said, oh, there's no monks guarding the entrance. Well, why would the monks guard the entrance? They've already got control of this military force that they're using to arrest people. If they wanted the entrance to the pyramid guarded, they would have just used those humans to do it, surely. And not guarding the entrance to the pyramid means nothing. But literally from seeing an empty street, the Doctor and Nardole decide, oh, there must only be 12 monks on the entire world. No, you couldn't make that assumption just from that view. But anyway, they go inside. There's a bit of a battle. Some of the guards that the Doctor's brought from his prison ship get killed. You see a couple of monks are dead, so you know they're able to die. But they find this control room, and the control room was pretty cool. I mean, that was obviously some sort of higher up, I'm assuming the monk who was in control sitting in that chair. But then the whole way that the Doctor, who is the strongest mind on the entire planet, can't defeat this machine, and yet Bill can, who has no training in this sort of thing, no using psychic powers or mind control or, you know, that sort of thing. She has nothing like that, and she has given us no evidence that she's incredibly intelligent, incredibly smart, and incredibly powerful in the brain department. Manages to defeat this whole system just by using an image of her mother, which is beamed out across the world, which all on its own manages to break the control of the monks. Everyone who sees an image of Bill's mother suddenly trusts her and loves her and pushes the monks' control out of their heads and regains control of themselves. Why? They don't know who Bill's mum is. Bill's the only one who knows who she is. Why would the whole rest of the world, getting an image of Bill's mother, go, oh yeah, I don't know who this person is, but I trust this image, and I'm going to ignore everything that's been beamed into my head for the last 6 months, and I'm going to trust this image, and I'm going to get rid of the monks. Oh, God, this is just such stupid and weak plotting. It's like they honestly didn't know how to end the episode, so they thought, we've got to put something together. What can we do? Oh, I know. We'll make the Doctor fail. That will surprise everyone. You know, he's the strongest mind on the entire planet, possibly in the universe, but we'll have him fail, but we'll have this young girl beat them with an image of her mum. That'll do it. Great idea. Put that in the episode. I don't know, how can people sit around in a writing room and think that was a good idea? These monks, are they omnipotent? Because this is something else that I found rather odd and strange and I just can't quite get my head around. In the last episode, The Pyramid at the End of the World, we see them saying we can see all of the futures, we can control your destiny, we can stop all these catastrophes happening, we can save mankind, we can see everything that's going to happen with these strands of blue thread. They give the Doctor his sight back from thousands of miles away. He's in England and they're in Middle East somewhere or some Eastern European country, and yet just for a wave of the hand after Bill asks, they can somehow heal a Time Lord's vision. Just like that. It's never explained how, we don't know how. That's why when I reviewed last episode, I thought that they're perhaps still in a simulation, because they would have complete control over the simulation, so they could do anything they wanted. If they wanted to repair the Doctor's eyesight, it's a simulation, not a problem. But now we find out, no, actually they are in the real world. So it's never explained how these monks have the power to control people's health that way, to be able to heal someone from 1,000 miles away. We don't know how they do that. But the thing that confuses me is, if they can see all futures, they can see all catastrophes about to happen to this world, why didn't they see Bill, the Doctor, and his little band of merry men going into their pyramid to destroy their control of the Earth? They suddenly got control of the Earth because of Bill saying, yeah, fine, you can have it, and they stopped looking at the future? I wouldn't think that would be the case. I mean, anyone with even half a brain cell would have thought, no, we're going to keep watching the future, because if these humans try anything, we want to know about it so we can prepare and stop them. So no, they can see all the futures. They should have been able to see the Doctor coming to stop them and trying to destroy their control of the Earth so they would leave. They should have been able to see that, but obviously the writers had created this all-powerful alien force who were almost omnipotent, and then they just, whether they occurred to them when they were writing this episode or not, they might have thought, damn, we've created this problem for ourselves. We can't, these things are too powerful. The Doctor wouldn't be able to defeat them because they can see what's going to happen in the future. We'll just ignore that they can do that, hope nobody else remembers, and then the Doctor can just come in and save the day like he normally does. We'll do that. That'll work. The audience are dumb. They're not going to remember that these aliens can see everything that's going to happen in the future. We'll just ignore that. To be honest, the only good points in this entire episode were the bits with Missy. I mean, she is absolutely fantastic. Michelle Gomez has knocked it out of the park every time she's been on screen this entire series. Her and Peter Capaldi together are electrifying to watch. And seeing her in the vault, in her prison, even though she says, you know, at one time I built a gun out of leaves. You honestly think I can't get out that door? I want to be here. You know, the way she delivers the line, all of her lines. I mean, she is just an incredible actress, and she has nailed this character so perfectly. I can't wait to see more of her on screen. So for this episode, the Missy scenes were the only bits I came out of it thinking, that was good. That was really good. And the way the episode ends with her sitting there looking off into space, tears rolling down her cheeks, and she remembers all the people she's killed, and that she can remember their names, and she didn't think that was possible. And the Doctor's like, well, believe it or not, this is actually a good thing. And she sort of says, okay. You know, it's like she's going cold turkey to being evil, as the Doctor says in this episode. Which is a novel way of doing it. I'm not entirely sure how you can stop being evil by just being locked up on your own, but I guess Time Lords perhaps work a different way, I don't know. But I'm assuming she's genuine because those tears look genuine, and she wasn't looking at the Doctor, so he couldn't see her tears. So there would be no other reason for her to be crying unless she was actually feeling the pain of all those deaths she'd caused. So yeah, end of this three-parter. Not a good three-parter, not really at all. If I'm going to score the entire three-part arc out of 10, I'm going to give it a 5. The first episode, I'll probably give a 7. The middle one, 4. This one, a 4. You know, altogether, the whole lot, 5, 5.5. You know, if it was just Missy and the Doctor, I could watch episodes of just Missy and the Doctor. That would be a great series. Get rid of the companions, just have the Doctor and Missy going off on adventures. That would be fantastic. I would love to see that. But anyway, that's my review for the last episode of this three-part trilogy of season 10 of Doctor Who, The Lie of the Land. Nice title, by the way. I like the twist in words there, the change of words. That was very clever. I like that. Actually made me smile. Next week, we've got the Ice Warriors. Now, that's going to be interesting because I've seen all the episodes with the Ice Warriors in, mainly Patrick Troughton episodes, which obviously the second Doctor, the original series of Doctors, he was the second one after William Hartnell. So it'd be interesting to see how they portray the Ice Warriors now in this modern interpretation of Doctor Who. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, and hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to do a good job. So anyway, you guys take care. Thank you for watching this review. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel or share this on your Facebook. Until next time, you guys take care. Bye for now.